It looks like Doug Emhoff has an allegedly violent past that's now been exposed in a stunning bombshell. Mark Steffen reports. He says scrutiny of Doug Emhoff, the husband of Vice President Kamala Harris, is heating up after new reports alleging that he assaulted former romantic partners, opening another war front in the presidential campaign. Former friend of Emhoff, 59, told the Daily Mail that Harris's husband of 10 years has a violent history that should be overlooked by voters, according to 3 sources. Now, Emhoff in 2012 allegedly struck a woman in the face during a dispute outside the Cannes Film Festival, hitting her so hard that she spun around and fell. They claim to have spoken with the victim after she climbed into a cab, sobbing as she recounted the slap. It goes on that although the outlet does not name the victim, whom they refer to as Jane, the Mail described her as a successful New York attorney who had been dating Emhoff for 3 months up until that point. Another friend recounted when they were first told about the violent interaction by the victim in 2014, and then again 4 years later, a time when the U.S. Senator Harris was garnering headlines for grilling Supreme Court judicial nominee Brett Kavanaugh over allegations that he raped Christine Blasey Ford at a college party decades ago. Along with their summaries against Emhoff, the 3 sources provided photographs of him with the alleged victim, as well as documented text exchanges confirming some elements of the story. The alleged victim, Jane, declined to comment. The shocking news that Emhoff may have beaten a romantic partner comes just weeks after previous reports that he cheated on his first wife, with whom he shares 2 children, with a babysitter back in 2008. Now, the affair is said to have led to the children's nanny, who was also their grade school teacher, becoming pregnant. Now, Emhoff admitted to the affair with Najee Naylor after the Daily Mail published its account last month. A close friend told the outlet that Naylor did not keep the baby. You know what I find to be very ironic about Democrats? They are concerned about cheating, but not about murder. You ever notice that? Like, girls are like, what's the worst thing that can happen? Cheating. You know what's worse than that? Killing your own child. Both bad. But it is so weird that people are like, he had an affair and he didn't keep the kid. What, did he return him? Was there a receipt on the child? The amount of words that we use as colloquialisms are just, I guess, euphemisms and more or less, I guess it's more of that, to try to, not talk about abortion, not talk about murder. It's so strange. Now, it goes off that Emhoff confirmed the affair was true, telling CNN in a statement that during my first marriage, Kirsten and I went through some tough times. On account of my actions, I took responsibility, and in the years since, we worked through things as a family and have come out stronger on the other side. His ex-wife, Kirsten Emhoff, expressed support for him in her own statement. Doug and I decided to end our marriage for a variety of reasons many years ago. He's a great father to our kids, continues to be a great friend to me, and I am really proud of the warm and supportive blended family Doug, Kamala, and I have built together, she said. Some of the 3 friends whom claim to have heard about the violent incident between Emhoff and Jane also say that Jane was casually told about the affair by Emhoff, who supposedly added that Naylor accused him of causing her so much stress that she suffered a miscarriage. Emhoff denied the claim to Jane, but he confirmed that he paid Naylor $80,000 in exchange for signing a non-disclosure agreement. Now, MSNBC's anchor Jen Psaki interviewed Emhoff last month, asking how he felt about standing out of the spotlight as a second wife stands on the precipice of winning the White House. I've always been like this, Emhoff said to Psaki. To me, it's the right thing to do. Support women. Gay! And not that there's anything wrong with that because it's 2024, but I mean, let's be honest. We need people who are strong today. At least with J.D. Vance, one common mainstream media outlet was saying that his beard was a sign of masculinity, and that wasn't nice to feminists. I'm really tired of listening to men talk about, the way that they support women is by being second fiddle. You don't support women by letting them walk all over you, by letting them lead the country. You support women by protecting them, by guiding them, by fighting for their rights to do what? To be mothers, to take care of the family. And yes, many of you may work. And of course, I'm a traditionalist in that way. But the idea that our job as men is to support women's careers and to stay in the background, that's ludicrous. And if you disagree with me, you're wrong. Anyway, our next story today is quite interesting. Second gentleman Doug Emhoff also is accused of physically assaulting his ex-girlfriend, but we have the video. I'm going to show it to you here in just a moment. As we talk about this interview with Jen Psaki, I want you to listen to the way she talks. Watch.
Important part, an interesting part of how people have talked about your role here is how your role has reshaped the perception of masculinity. And I'm not sure you planned on that, but you are a supportive spouse. Has that been an evolution for you? And do you think that's part of the role you might play as first gentleman?
It's funny, I've started to think a lot about this. I've always been like this. My dad was like this. And to me, it's the
important part, an interesting part of...
This is an interesting part of masculinity. Did you find out in this role that you were gay? Well, I found out I was gay when I started kissing boys. It is interesting. Now, I'm not making gay jokes, right? We wouldn't make humor like that. I'm a mature gentleman. This is a very mature show. But on the flip of all this, it is funny because it's like, when did you find out that you weren't a real man? Can we stop with the theatrics? Like, it's somehow respectable as a man to go around and to not be masculine, to not lead your family, to not be the breadwinner. And look, I understand that we have sensitive relationships. Things happen. And I don't know why people always use their unique individual situation. Like, oh, well, my husband's disabled and I have to work. Fine. Hey, the economy's tough. We had to both go to work. Okay. I'm not judging anyone's individual situation, but we're not talking about that here. It's like, imagine you're on your second marriage, and in your second marriage, you don't have any kids, and you have this weird libtard daughter, and the entire reality of your situation is that you're a weak man. Now, many of you know these are the weak people in charge of our country today, which is why it's so important that you prepare for the worst by backing up your hard-earned investments, your retirement, your savings with something beyond just the stock market, and of course, leaving it in your bank account. What am I referring to? I'm talking about the number one precious metals company in the entire country, Goldco. Now, Goldco has been helping Americans like myself transfer their hard-earned money directly into precious metals. They have over 5 stars with the Better Business Bureau, hundreds of 5-star ratings as well from amazing customers. But right now, when you call them or you go to the website on the screen, vnngold.com, vnngold.com, you can get a free gold and silver kit, which will help you to understand how to invest. Plus, you also get a 10% instant match in silver on qualified purchases. So whether you're looking to transfer your IRA, your retirement, maybe it's just that savings yield account you have into something that is more durable, or you just want to own some gold and silver in order to diversify your portfolio, you can pick that up today at vnngold.com. It's about time you take control of your finances with my friends at vnngold.com.